Good evening, I'm George Valentine from Rotherham. I'm going to attempt to break the world record for the most jokes told in an hour. The record is held by Anthony Lehmann, an Australian stand-up comedian and disc jockey. He told 549. This record has stood for over 8 years. I will attempt to tell 600 jokes in an hour. I already hold the world record for the most jokes told in a minute, 62, that is less than 1 second per gag. 3, 2, 1, go. An unmarried mother has just given birth to piglets. The child support agency is now looking for the swine responsible. I painted my lawn blue so Google Earth think I've got a swimming pool. Ugly people are pig-headed. It's dog muck I find hard to swallow. Impotent men have no hard feelings. Baldness here today, gone tomorrow. I owe, so off to work I go. I have a soft spot for Dalmatians. What part of Popeye never gets rusty? The bitty dips in olive oil. Loose lips sink ships. Poor detectives haven't a clue. The only singer in our house is a sewing machine. If I give my heart to you, I'll have none and you'll have two. Bras come in 3 sizes, medium cup, large cup and challenge cup. Jigsaws for beginners come in 1 piece. Millionaires are 10 a penny. Drilling for oil is boring. My grandfather died at 102, Baker Street. Water springs eternal. Obesity cures wrinkles. Venison's dear meat. Name 2 types of flies. Buttons and zips. Bright kids shine at school. An Oriental fireplace has Asian flu. The devil drinks sin and tonic. How do watches unwind? Stamp out philately. Air hostesses are plain waitresses. Corduroy pillows are making headlines. A shotgun wedding is wife or death. Rugby players convert. Ill upholsterer recovers. I wouldn't pay a penny for a bent copper. All detours are a turn-off. Dart players must toe the line. Bikes in lost property soon get recycled. Many diets fall by the way. Death is hereditary. Bosom pals never have bus-stops. Snooker players love a long rest. Clones are people too. Demons are a ghoul's best friend. A good convent is second to none. Nobody gives you credit for being solvent. My clothes are so old they're made in Britain. Chef's special, leg of liver. Chinese chefs love long walks. The limping croupier shuffled home. Vicars buy now, pray later. It's bad luck to be superstitious. Mud wrestlers fight dirty. Bargain basement is on the 1st floor. When Rocky gets stoned, he gets bolder. Obese or not obese, fat is the question. Bricklayers learn their trade by trial and error. Topsoil is dirt cheap. Steal my watch and I will clock you. Women don't tell jokes, they marry them. Lazy bakers loaf around. Jokes about onions brings tears to my eyes. Serial killers avoid breakfast. Earl Grey drinks coffee. Being a tailor suits me. Cowboys love to stir up trouble. Goblins' food is bad for your health. Oxen yak a lot. A man's home is a squatter's castle. Fear cures constipation. God appoints, man disappoints. Walker's tracks suits are run resistant. Changing house is a moving experience. I'm fed up with being on a diet. The milliner caught bluebonnet plague. Banana skins make good slippers. Even monkeys won't work for peanuts. A rotisserie is a Ferris wheel for chickens. If you were engaged to a girl with a big nose, would you break it off? A pillow is a headrest. French fries come from Japan. Seals love discos but not clubs. You won't get ill drinking well water. Nudists bear grudges. The Cyclops is keeping his eye on you. A girl's wedding is a dad's giveaway. Iron workers have nerves of steel. If you can't bring me joy, bring me her sister. The limbo dancer is feeling a bit low. Humble pie is hard to swallow. My personal trainers are size 9. Humble pie is not fattening. Do old rabbits have grey hair? I bought a nice jumper in Jersey. My pet frog wears open-toed sandals. Korean dogs don't bark, they sizzle. Moonshine is made in the still of the night. Wills are relatively popular. The cockle thief has muscles of steel. Water is composed of 2 gins, hydrogen and oxygen. Buxom ladies have their good points. Pray for birth control victims. Fibbing can be a liability. A flasher got knocked down by a bus. It was his own fault. He should have stuck his arm out like everybody else. Time flies when you're a blue bottle. 8 out of 10 cats don't like Jimmy Carr. Without electricity, we are powerless. My watchdog is called Rolex. MPs are sworn in and cursed out. I use sandpaper to rough him up a bit. The jeweller's assistant was a real gem. DIY singers do it themselves. A marriage licence is a newspaper. Her dress brought out the bust in her. Authors can be pensive. Shaving people is a cutthroat business. I met a chick in Kiev. The Trotter brothers are trigger happy. Don't dish the dirt on Google Earth. Acting my age has put years on me. When the lawyers go fishing, do they use probate? Drink out of a mug, but never marry one. Barbers work in clip joints. My belt isn't straight, it's buckled. Knitting ladies love a good yarn. The vicar was shot in the temple. I'm a lifeguard in a gene pool. Gay's motto, never leave your pals behind. Makers of motor oil are very refined. I got 5 good years out of my tyres. A drink problem is an ailment. I am Warren. I run a home for rabbits. The hanging was well executed. The twins were womb mates. In my will, I left everything I got to the benefit agency, a wife and 8 kids. Reincarnation is making a comeback. Fresh peas have a shell-by date. Do nudists dress for dinner? Any body can be buried. Dieting is wishful shrinking. Stealing is borrowing with intent to keep. Hookers' phone numbers are sex directory. Keeping your kitchen clean. Eat out. Prison is a rest home. Eat baked beans and throw caution to the wind. Seamstresses make good pin-up girls. A judge learned his trade by trial and error. You don't put weight on eating humble pie. 2 wrongs make a writ. Doctors work, plastic surgeons graft, informers who grass make good singers. My pet flea's got toothache. Is killing time an offence? Don't get old, you may live to regret it. My business failed selling Argos catalogues. Parachutists will shop till they drop. Salt your drive or live to regret it. Palm reading can cost you a fortune. Bald bakers make recedingly good cakes. People are dying in poverty. I'm living in it. I only go to the seaside as a last resort. We call her Pyrex, she is a hot dish. In cricket, drop catches are getting out of hand. War is expensive, peace is priceless, anger management is all the rage. As kids, we used to knock on doors and run away. They still do it today, but they call it parcel force. I hate curiosity, it goes round killing cats. Her interest in millionaires is strictly financial. A skunk thinks BO is a perfume. There's no future in time travel. Ugly people are pig-headed. Messy divorces, baby involved. Him. Do opticians sponsor 2020 cricket? Eating horse meat can give you the trots. Our Christmas dinner was ankle of lamb. Do cars write their autobiographies? Santa said Rudolph has got a drink problem. Generosity in a miser is the first sign of insanity. Better late than pregnant. Reality checks are rarely cashed. I pulled a Christmas cracker. She was gorgeous. Quasimodo was the first person to have ever appeared on Spitting Images Live. Bums don't sleep, but they do snore. You haven't checked your oil, you dipstick. Is Christ called Chris for short? I love to ring nudists up on Skype. I'm a big fan of wind turbines. When drunks swim, they crawl. Circles have been around forever. If wit was writ, you would be sued. I cried during assembly at IKEA. A priest is a father figure. I told the dentist my wallet needed a filling. Gloves are handy. Dolphins were put on this earth for a porpoise. The arsonist met his match. Today I celebrate 15 years of happily married life. It's not bad out of 40. Marry a waiter, he's used to be taking orders. Kermit keeps his money in a Miss Piggy bank. Toothache can drive you to extraction. Musicians are flute loose and fancy free. A towel gets wet as it dries. Posh people have the big issue delivered. I'm thick and tired of dieting. Cowboys stir up trouble. If you break your guitar strings, don't fret. The ill upholsterer is recovering. If I cross her, she'll crucify me. Railroad workers need to be trained. To be truthful, I lie about my age. The hay farmer got out on bail. How low can tap dancers sink? Boomerangs are making a comeback. Towels have a dry sense of humour. Pam's walnut cake was dated. The two chiropodists were arch rivals. Don't drink, don't drive, don't even pot. Does rust come from wrought iron? 7 days with flu makes 1 week. High heels are a lady's arch enemy. Wild horses are unstable. Shingle men are prone to skin infection. If her skirt was any shorter, it would be a belt. Hermits have no peer pressure. Bras come in 3 sizes. medium cup, large cup and challenge cup. The guitarist rocked himself to sleep. The dress she bought was sarong size. Epitaphs are engraved. Handsome goats have good-looking kids. Donating blood took a lot out of me. The ice is melting, I thaw it for myself. Rolling your own cigarettes is a fag. High heels keeps ladies on their toes. I'm agoraphobic, no one will catch me out. My girlfriend Penny is a copper. My dog Curiosity killed the cat. My golf socks have got 18 holes. Do hobbits have imaginary friends? Grey hair is worth dying for. I'm trying to get a copy of the original. Baldness cures dandruff. I went to a gay club to lobby my MP. An imaginary drum, you just can't beat it. Emotional people fill up at petrol stations. A defeated boxer is a sore loser. Top hairstylists worth a bob or two. I always think twice before saying nothing. Win an argument, lose a friend. My ill centipede is on his last legs. She ditched me for a fisherman. I was gutted. My wife's diary says I'm nosy. The musician has one flute in the grave. The copper left the fisherman off the hook. Tom Daly should not drink and drive. She's been on more laps than a napkin. Today I celebrate 14 years of married life. I can't remember breaking 2 mirrors. Do dogs on planes get jet wagged? Murderers should be shot at birth. My pet centipede has gout. I named my dog Rover after my car. Defeat is at the end of the legs. Forget forgiveness, revenge is sweeter. Good show jumpers have no faults. My teeth are few and far between. Marriage is give and take. You give, she takes. The jury jailed the judge. Candlelit dinners get on my wick. 2 is company, 3 is better. Puppets don't like you to string them along. When it comes to licorice, it takes all sorts. The man with the violin was as fit as a fiddle. The invisible man was nothing to look at. Smurfs appear in a blue moon. Do cricketers keep their bats in the belfry? You can't lick those new stamps. Money doesn't grow on sprees. Elephants and wives never forget. Bedbugs get married in the spring. I'm hooked on fishing. Frostbite is a rare tropical disease. The midwife rang for womb service. Informers shop at Iceland. The jury found the judge guilty. Don't boob and buy the wrong bra size. 150% of people exaggerate. My DNA sample came back with a Father's Day card. How do buffaloes make love? I don't know. I'm a Freemason. The Bastille Cemetery is full of headstones. It's illegal to sell your kids. I can't give mine away. Diamond cutters have dual personalities. I need a nap before I go to bed. I do my shopping and washing online. Weathercocks are vain. Since I became tactile, I feel a lot better. Even the Samaritans are ex-directory. Any tips on how to repair my snooker cue? Skid marks frighten me. The washing lady pegged out. Overnight success can take years. I'm dying to get rid of my grey hair. Quads, crying out loud. Friendly fire isn't. Marriage occurs when dating gets out of hand. He taxed his brain at 40%. Leftovers should not go to waste. Clowns are full of themselves. Dizzy dancers have nowhere to go. Walls made to scale should not be used in prisons. Sewing machines make good singers. Taxidermists know their stuff. Never eat yellow snow. A loaded gun beats a full house. Sell your whip on Flog It. DIY singers do it themselves. Wishing wells work if you push her. I have a wheelchair for running around in. My imaginary girlfriend is seeing someone else. Lawyers put libels on their suitcases. It was 5 in a bed when I slept with my forefathers. I used my B&Q discount card to take the ice off my card. It only took 10% off. Friction can be a drag. Undertakers earn their money. Never ask directions from a starfish. Misers will only fly tip. I twigged he was a lumberjack. I'm fed up with overeating. A sweater is a jumper with 4 faults. The silencer was deafening. Fleas bug me. The seamstress made one bad slip and got sacked. The glove was a mitten dressed as lamb. Some of his fireplace jokes are great. A bent stick is a boomerang. Was Humpty Dumpty a hen egg or a duck egg? Obesity is widespread. An X-ray gives inside information. Prison for sale, in good nick. Welding is a riveting job. He got saddled with a cowboy builder. He had a wobbly while making a jelly. An Englishman's home is a squatter's castle. Snowmen fall unassembled. My old dishwasher has broken her arm. Do ducks quack jokes? You don't need a spoon to stir up trouble. Making a sponge is a piece of cake. At the casino, the nudist had a winning streak. Even when tired, welders must solder on. The skydiver left under a cloud. Eat now, pay waiter. I lost weight after my gallbladder operation. I lost a stone. I stopped dropping my trousers many moons ago. When I got a puncture, I was deflated. Chinese chefs can walk on water. The price of loft's insulation has gone through the roof. Hangmen must keep their trap shut. Tactile people like to keep in touch. Dieting, I'm thick and tired of it. Drunks love a liquid lunch. My wife looks hot in the sauna. Scratch someone's back, don't stab it. Female churchgoers are birds of prey. Tailors and vicars are men of the cloth. Teachers have class. Chefs will blend over backwards to help you. A snail is a slug in a shell suit. In the horse trials, they jailed the jockey. Snails hate fast food. People without backbone are spineless. Give away oysters at your peril. Do hobbits have imaginary friends? Ducks get up at the quack of dawn. Don't pay through the nose for snuff. Perforation are a rip-off. Good tailors don't jack it in. Loners are recluse and fancy-free. A stag party is a dear night out. An exploded bomb in my allotment shelled all my peas. Never marry for money, you can borrow it cheaper. Is a policeman's helmet above the law? Having your palm read can cost you a fortune. Are you a man or a mouse? I am a man. If I were a mouse, the wife would be frightened of me. Plumbers perform drain surgery. Coffee is not my cup of tea. Avoid your mistakes, don't marry them. Do doves communicate in pidgin English? Insomnia can lead to unrest. Polo lessons cost a mint. Can unemployed artists draw benefits? My imaginary friend's gone missing. Bald men can't part with their comb. Towels cause dry skin. I sat an exam on inheritance tax. I got 40%. Trained dentists like to make a good impression. Dundee has a cake and a crocodile named after it. Gout is for feet worse than death. Don't needle the seamstress. Raise a few bucks, breed rabbits. A blazer is a type of smoking jacket. My wig, it's a family heirloom. Plastic surgeons are tired after grafting all day. A blind miser will never see you stuck. Serial killers usually end up doing porridge. Bungee jumping has its ups and downs. The ironing lady has a pressing engagement. I paid my tax with a smile. They wanted cash. Trapeze artists are high flyers. Toothbrushes travel by bus. Toothpaste travels by tube. If you want a crocodile to get ahead, kiss it. Monks are creatures of habit. Egrets, I've had a few. Don't buy a car you can't push. For her birthday, my wife wanted something to run around in, so I bought her a tracksuit. Eat now, pay waiter. An optic is a spirit level. On a windy day, he is full of beans. Paying for the apartment left me flat broke. Chefs know how to put stew and stew together. Most of the bigwigs are bald. Red meat tastes bloody awful. My new sewing machine seems okay. Love is like measles, easily spotted. My DNA sample came back with a Father's Day card. 2 cannibals ordered a Chinese waiter. Walkers who cheat will run into trouble. Do ducks quack jokes? Aliens are down-to-earth people. Searching people is a frisky business. The electrician's son was a bright spark. Baby seals hate clubs. She wasn't man enough to have a sex change. Going on hunger strike is no picnic. A bouncer is a removal man. Cabbies drive away customers. Undertakers work to deadlines. The polo car was in mint condition. A pirate ship is a thug boat. I'm dirty, filthy rich. 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Caterpillars love butterfly buns. My jigsaw arrived in one piece. If your divorce doesn't work out, remarry. Cruise ships must watch their P's and Q's. The baker was sweating cobs. Present-day pirates aren't a patch on Long John Silver. People who resent candles get on my wick. Romantic taps turn each other on. The cobbler is my soulmate. A chiropodist is a footman. Leave well alone, drink tap water. I'm a good driver, but a lousy putter. A centipede is always 100 feet away. I've my faults, but being wrong isn't one of them. Most juries are the best judge of people. The alien's family meant the world to him. Dizzy dancers have nowhere to go. Marry a waiter, he's used to taking orders. A perfect marriage, a blind wife and a deaf husband. Dieting is wishful shrinking. At the Skeletons Convention, nobody attended. I've told you 1,000,000 times not to exaggerate. Psychiatrists in the NHS are shrinking. He drinks tea, coffee keeps him awake. History is like a burp, it repeats itself. An igloo is a nice place to live. Fiction is not true, and that's a fact. Pancake throwers don't give a toss. I wouldn't do voluntary work if they paid me. I meditate for exercise. My family tree needs pruning. Pottery's a way of killing time. She knits without a stitch on. Don't look down on ladies with cleavage. A midwife's job is all womb and gloom. The camera was invented by a man who had a bit of film he wanted to use up. The sweet trolley lady is a trifle deaf. The plumber performed brain surgery. Sign language is very handy. A baby balloon called his dad Pop. A blazer is a smoking jacket. Skeletons are nobodies. The jury found the judge guilty. TVs get turned on by a switch. Isle of Man cup matches are played over 3 legs. My measles jokes were made up on the spot. Caterpillars love butterfly buns. Our policemen are going down the nick. Coffee is a brake fluid. Leg waxing, what a rip-off. The fisherman's wife was quite a catch. Circus lions don't get a fair crack of the whip. Talkative Tibetans love to yak. He studied Lenin and got high marks. Pope elopes. If the Pope elopes, is it a cardinal sin? Dwarfs have turnips in their underpants. Gunslingers shoot cowboy builders. If they crucified me, I would be cross. The bank teller was sacked for taking notes. Nudists don't bear grudges. My dog's kennel woof is leaking. My wife's tongue has got legs in it. My 2 parrots are not peeking to each other. Follow your heart, it's on your sleeve. Nowadays given 100% isn't enough. Prison chefs are serving porridge. During the war, they bombed my allotment and shelled all my peas. The butterfly went into the bookies for a flutter. The vicar is my blessed friend. I wish my grandfather would act his age. Parachute jumps go down well. Obesity is widespread. Shoplifters need nerves of steel. I named my dog Rover after my car. Ladies' thin stockings give men sheer pleasure. Acupuncture is a jab well done. Cross-dressers get very angry. Do rabbits believe in the hereafter? A DIY enthusiast is a self-made man. People who say the most say the least. Some lyric writers work for a song. The Prime Minister is a cabinet maker. Nudists wear a smile in bed. Baldness is here today, gone tomorrow. Upholsterers believe revenge is sweet. You don't need a spoon to stir up trouble. He has got driving a golf ball off to a tee. Skeletons can't trust anybody. New golfers soon get into the swing of it. To be brief, I don't wear any. I think awful, tastes awful. Jeremy irons while his wife cleans. If the truth hurts, lie. Aliens are down-to-earth people. Metal thieves get led astray. Donate blood, be positive. When I'm under par, my golf isn't. Black Bess, that's a dark horse. My husband has back problems. He's spineless. Prevent hangovers, stay drunk. Gout is the agony of defeat. He had an imaginary and inflatable friend. Inheritance is a will-gotten gain. I like kids gagged and grilled. I've got my favourite drink down to a T. Square meals make round bellies. Dieting is a waiting game. The midwife said we did our best, but he survived. Please eat here or we'll both starve. Robots have nerves of steel. Pray for birth pill victims. Twins were womb mates. Towels cause dry skin. Fresh peas have a sell-by date. Obese or not obese, fat is the question. Politicians have two faces to save. Seabirds are gullible. She knits without a stitch on. Spiders are clean. They're never out of the bath. My wife minds her own interference. The towels are the main cause of dry skin. One good turn gets the duvet. The devil is a family man married with 3 sins. Most mercenaries are making a bomb. They hung the oldest swinger in town, dieting his mind over platter. Fat babies are put on a creche diet. Jaundice is rife in China. At my age I break down more than my car. I'm getting married in a kilt. What tartan? She will be dressed in white. My alimony is my pension. I'm an only child. This upsets my sister. Frostbite is a rare tropical disease. My agent charges 5%. He's a special agent. I told her sex cures headaches. Decapitated coffee has no head on it. Auctioneers have a lot to offer. My hamster fell asleep at the wheel. Robin Hood's house had a little John. The tired broom overswept. Don't cook meat if it's moving. She doesn't spread gossip, she starts it. Bell ringers hate knock-knock jokes. Dolphins taught us to throw them fish. Budgies talk is cheap. Electricians flex their muscles. Gold taps turn me on. I love an olive with my liquid lunch. I earn my living making pottery. The lovers found delight at the end of the tunnel. Petrol is dear, any fuel knows that. Men are like fires, they go out when unattended. I am being followed on Twitter by a stalker. Is a 12-inch hand a foot? Tennis players charge for receiving backhanders. Digging the dirt can cost you the earth. Excess is okay in moderation. The 2 AAs have merged to cover people driven to drink. Rams welcome U-turns. Mother's Day is 9 days after Father's Day. Do eggs fantasize about being laid? Oil drilling is a boring job. Talk and listen. She talks, you listen. Gloves are a type of hand luggage. An octopus steaks cost 10 squid. The skeleton was bone idle. 2 hungry cowboys were going for an Indian. Origami can be watched on pay-per-view. If you buy a baby, do you get free delivery? Big rod is hooked on fishing. Act your age, not your shoe size. Padded bras make mountains out of molehills. Study young goats is kidology. The lingerie chief gave the police the slip. Hypochondriacs make me sick. My bra company has gone bust. Velcro, what a rip-off. Those soiled dresses are dirt cheap. My umbrella arrived by parcel post. They invented jails in the nick of time. Upholsterers have sweet dreams. The extra-large psychic was a medium. While internet dating I clicked. The extra-large psychic was a medium. Keo boxers don't get up before 10. He is an inflatable friend. I kissed her in the fog and mist. Informers make good singers. I rang the zoo, but the lion was busy. Dieting is a waiting game. Sound advice had no echo. A nun is a creature of habit. Some mercenaries make a bomb. She knits without a stitch on. I follow Spiderman on the web. Hairdressers live to die. The drunk sink should flush. Auctioneers have a lot to offer. Don't Skype while in the bath. Wife and dog lost. Reward for dog. Polo players make a mint. Women priests perish the thought. Quads, 4 crying out loud. Judge blamed for hung jury. Nobody loves a skeleton. He's a lifeguard in a gene pool. Since I last saw your son, he's grown another foot. The hen-picked stag says yes dear, no dear. Twins are womb mates. That bum models diapers. The dwarf was feeling low. Deer balls are cheap, they're under $1. The arsonist wore a blazer. His old flame was a fire eater. Do skeletons attend bonfires? Sex is a great aphrodisiac. When he fondled me, I was touched. Bent coppers are penny pinchers. Oh dear, the buck stops here. Juries are the best judge of people. Art galleries are a big draw. The sham rock was a phony. Athlete's foot must be defeated. Selling prunes is a plum job. Flesh tastes better grilled. I failed my sex drive test. A pirate ship is a thug boat. People in debt should act their wage. Dwarfs make shortbread. 2020 cricket is my forte. Lathe operators do good turns. Most hookers are laid back. Jokes about onions bring tears to my eyes. In Iraq, actions speak louder than Kurds. Her dress brought out the bust in her. My dog is left pawed. Beauticians kiss and make up. Break the law and you will cop it. Room service was ex-directory. Chinese chopsticks to keep fit. Journalist is national gossip. Homelessness is a big issue. Some people don't like hitchhikers. Crossing the farmer's field is free, but the bull charges. To be brief, I don't wear any. Polo players make a mint. I take my hat off to wig makers. My IQ came back negative. That was 630 jokes told in under an hour. May I again thank my team of Colin Berry and Mark Anthony for assisting me to successfully break the world record. Visit my website www.oneliners.co.uk. My records are on the video section. Good night.